Good day, welcome to News Flash on Medical TV. I am Susan Adezewani. First, the news headlines. Historic tax and fiscal bills signed into law by President Tinubu. Strategic development abounds as President Tinubu commissions infrastructures in FCT, Abuja. Senator Doye Diri leads his people on a roadwork campaign against drug abuse. Now the news in full. Remarkably, Nigeria has marked a historical moment in their economic governance. A moment that signals transparency and trust in leadership. Earlier last week, in what has been described as a bold and transformative move towards reshaping Nigeria's landscape, one that is already gaining praise both locally and internationally, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has signed into law 4 major tax and fiscal bills, marking a new era in Nigeria's economic governance. The signing, which took place at Aso Villa, sets the stage for the most significant tax reforms in decades, with a focus on equity, efficiency, and relief for millions of Nigerians. Let's join Chukwuma Okori for more details on the story.
It was a moment of historic significance at the Aso Rock Presidential Villa as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu signed into law 4 groundbreaking tax and fiscal bills. The new legislation aims to simplify Nigeria's tax regime and deliver the nation's first major pro-people tax cuts in a generation. The acts signed into law includes the Nigerian Fair Taxation Act, the Nigerian Tax Administration Act, the Nigerian Revenue Service Establishment Tax, and the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Act. Implementation is scheduled to begin on January 1st, 2026, a date that many analysts believe could make a turning point for the Nigerian economy. Reactions have poured in from across the country, with civil society groups, market traders, and policy experts hailing the reforms as timely and people-centered. The reforms are also expected to empower tax authorities, encourage compliance, and ultimately increase revenue generation in a fairer and more balanced manner. Experts say that the reforms will provide much-needed relief to the low-income earners, working families, and small businesses, which form the backbone of the nation's economy, and notably adding that by simplifying the tax administration and eliminating leakages, the government hopes to broaden the tax base without overburdening the people. The move also introduces a modern, technology-driven tax system to improve the nation's economy. Chukwuma John Okore, reporting for Medical TV.
Welcome back. A renewed wave of infrastructural development is sweeping across the Federal Capital Territory, a testament to purposeful leadership and transformative governance. In another landmark event, the Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Ezenwo Nyesom-Wike, alongside the Honorable Minister of the State, Dr. Maria Mahmood, played host to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the commissioning of key infrastructure projects in the nation's capital. Benjamin Samira has the details.
With pride and purpose, the Honorable Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Ezenwo Nyesom-Wike, CON, welcomed His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to the ground commissioning of 3 newly completed infrastructure projects, a clear demonstration of this administration's unwavering commitment, connectivity, and service delivery. Standing beside him, the Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Maria Mahmood, joined in receiving the President on behalf of all the residents of the FCT, a gesture that underlines unity, progress, public appreciation, appreciation. The event, which took place on the 25th and 27th of June 2025, marked yet another milestone in the renewed hope agenda, turning promises into reality and bringing visible change to the lives of every Nigerian. Among the commissioned projects were the newly constructed Kubo bus terminal, which enhanced the transport flow and reduced congestion for the thousands of commuters, the state-of-art bridges along Artillery Road number 20, now named Wole Soyinka Way, crossing the Northern Expressway, a symbol of architectural excellence and national pride, and the newly completed Kabusa Keti Road in Abuja Municipal Area Council, delivering critical rural-urban connectivity. This project, delivered under the stewardship of the FCT administration and backed by federal vision and not just infrastructure, they are a lifeline of economic activity, safety, and inclusive growth. President Tinubu's presence at this commissioning event sent a clear message. Development is not a slogan, it is an action plan, and in the FCT, that plan is unfolding with precision, passion, and people at the heart of every blueprint, from job creation during construction to reduce travel time, improve safety, and greater access to economic hubs. This project demonstrates what governance can achieve when it is driven by vision, competence, and accountability. The government's performance, especially within the FCT, continues to win the confidence of all residents and stakeholders, sparking hope across Nigeria's 6th geopolitical zone. And I am Benjamin Samaria, reporting for MEDICO TV.
Good to know you're still there. The governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Doyediri, alongside his team and the people, observed a road walk to recognize the worldwide campaign against drug abuse in the early hours of Thursday, the 26th day of June 2025. Correspondent Susan Adesi has the details.
No doubt that the good people of Bayelsa State are tremendously blessed with a prosperity governor, one who has the interest of his people at heart. Senator Doyediri led the people on a roadwalk on the campaign against drug abuse in the early hours of Thursday, the 26th day of June 2025. The governor spoke on the essence of prosperity in all ramifications.
And this is the way to go. Prosperity in all ramifications. Prosperity in your health, prosperity in your spirit, prosperity in your pockets. The pockets will also prosper.
He highlighted the uniqueness, intelligence, and skillfulness of the Bayelsan youth and further encouraged them to be self-confident and ensure they have the fear of God at all times.
So I'd like to once again call on our youths. Our youths are intelligent. Our youths are skilled. We have just been told about a young lady, a young girl, who came to present a t-shirt to me. She was discovered here through our various programs from Ikirimo, and today, because of her skill, she's in the University of Minnesota in the United States of America. And she's giving back. She didn't just come, she came with the equipment to see that more of us have that access. That's what your prosperity government is all about. It's no, 1,000 times no. You are not useless. That is something that God has deposited in you. All you need to do is to find out that thing that has been deposited in you. And you will become a star. You will become a billionaire. You don't need to steal to become a billionaire. You don't need to kill to become what you want to be in life.
He further addressed the Honorable Commissioner of Sports and the Secretary to the state government to always ensure that they continue to mark their register, whether in his presence or absence, and also ensure that they take note of all defaulters. In his words, he clearly stated that the money of all defaulting appointees will be used for the celebrations in the state.
Honorable Commissioner for Sports and the Secretary to Government, I said, whether in my absence or whether I'm here, continue to mark your register and ensure that at the end of the year or even before the end, we have some millions of all the defaulters, all my appointees who have defaulted. Their money will be used for our own celebrations. But in case you do not do that, be prepared yourself and the SSG to surrender your salaries.
Further on, he concluded by urging the youths to leave the life of drugs and come back to real life, back to prosperity.
Please have the fear of God. If you have the fear of God, you will not do those things that God has commanded that you should not do. So I call on our youths of Bayelsa to once again leave that life of drugs and dealing on illicit drugs. Come back to real life. Come back to prosperity. And you will be better. And our state will be better for it. Thank you as you heed to this call.
A member of the Bayelsa Youth Drug Committee on Substance Abuse and the Secretary of Ijo Youth Council and many more who spoke to Medical TV correspondents expressed their profound happiness towards the event, stating that it is a medium to disseminate information against illicit drug abuse.
What has happened today, to me, I'm so happy because we have used this medium to disseminate information concerning drug abuse and illicit drugs by telling the populace that say no to drugs.
We're trying to sensitize the youth and the populace of Bayelsa against the abuse of drugs. It has become really sad that even youths of age 12 and above are using drugs. So we want them to choose life.
Say no to drugs. We see that the society today, even the secondary school, the level of drug intake is so high. And we are pleading to parents, please put eye on your children, even the teachers at school. It's not about teaching them.
The campaign sport came to a close after the governor handed over gifts to the lucky raffle draw winners, and the Bayelsa State Anthem alongside the national anthem was sung. Susan Adezewani reporting for Medical TV.
Now to end the news, the recap. Historic tax and fiscal bills signed into law by President Tinubu. Strategic development abounds as President Tinubu commissions infrastructures in FCT, Abuja. Senator Doyediri leads his people on a roadwork campaign against drug abuse. Thanks for staying tuned to Medical TV. I am Susan Adezewani. Until we come your way next time. Bye-bye.